So today I want to talk about something that is of great concern to my community. If you are new here, hello, my name is Mariam. I'm a Slovenian and I live in France, and I love cooking and also talking about things that are happening around the world. So underneath this playlist, this video is titled Global Topic because it's things that are happening all around the world that in some way affecting us and also we can learn from it. So if you're watching me live or you're watching me after the live, it's great. Thank you for stopping by. So I want to talk about the African American that was unalived by his girlfriend in their shared home. So if you're not familiar, the guy's name is Telbo Rackins. So if I'm pronouncing his name wrong, and the lady's name is Hannah Grace. So I first saw this on TikTok. It was making its round. People were talking about it. And then I was like, what is this buzz all about? So I went ahead and clicked on the hashtag. Then I was taken to so many other videos. Apparently, this guy has been dating this woman. Listen, first thing first, I am all for love. If you find love outside of your race, outside of your community, outside of your country, it's fine. But what I don't like is the idea of, and especially men of my community, black men, the moment they start dating outside of their race, they are all of a sudden they become rebels. Like they don't want to listen to anyone. Like they just want to go on a rampage. No one is saying you should not date outside of your race. Love is a beautiful thing, and if you happen to find it outside of your comfort zone or outside of something that you are familiar with, it's okay. It's amazing. But constantly trying to put down women of your race just because you want to appease to your now preference is what is affecting the black community. Among the other races around the world, you can find out the highest ones, the highest that are dating outside of their race and disrespecting their women. You will know it's black men. Black men are always so very disrespectful when they are dating outside of their race, especially when it's a white woman. You can see other nations like the Asians, the Indians, so many other nations are dating outside of their race. But interracial marriages are all over the place. Hi, vlogs. Sorry, I'm pronouncing the name wrong. So many men are dating outside of their race, but they are not making a fuss about it. But when a black man started dating outside of his race, they start making it up. They start disrespecting women of their community. And sometimes they feel like when they make these videos, when they make these tweets, like in this guy's case, it was making tweets about black women, even going to the extent that of saying that he would rather be with a dog than being with a black woman. And even if he has to be with a dog, that dog is like has to be, a white dog, not a black dog, like a black dog. Like, how can you disrespect women of your race so much that you have to compare them to animals? That is very disrespectful. Go outside of your race, date who you want to date, get married to who you want to get married. But at the same time, just be happy, just be contented with the person that you're with. You don't need to be disrespectful. So this guy in the States got together with this lady. They have kids together, and he was making tweets. He was appreciating this lady publicly, talking about how much he loved her. Of course, he really loved her. To get to in a relationship, you have to be in love with the person. To go ahead and start having kids, making a family with this person, you have to be in love with this person. So he was in love with this person, with this woman. They have kids. They are doing fine. And then the lady, what's transpired recently, the lady went out with some friends, have some drinks, and then come back home. And then, according to the news on the media, allegedly, what I'm saying is not a fact, this is just my opinion. So, the lady said she was cleaning a pew-pew, and then the thing went off, and then, unfortunately, unalived this guy. And then his family and were making tweets. Like if you type in a language I don't understand, I can't respond. Sorry. So it was making his family were on the media asking, bless you and your family. Amen. Thank you. And may the Lord bless you too. And so his family was out there, like when they have all these hate crimes in America against people of color, they always have rally. People go out and rally and show in their concern and try to demand for justice for this person. So unfortunately for this guy, many people of color are not speaking on his behalf. People of color are avoiding this topic. They don't want to be associated with this topic of in any ways. So his family are online talking about all the black communities not showing their love and support for their brother just because he happened to get married to someone that is outside of his race. And the media is telling them that, listen, we are not out here supporting your brother going, or your son or your nephew or your uncle making rally seeking for justice because of the things that he has said. No one is against him for dating outside of his race and loving someone outside of his race. What people are against is because of the constant disrespect that he was showing to people of his race. He was online making, tweets, sending messages that are very hurtful to women of his community. Like it's really funny when black men are dating outside of their race and then they start all of a sudden they start saying negative things about, black women. Your mother is black. Even though you got married and you are now in a family that when you take a family portrait, you are the only one that looks different. But that is fine. But when you go back home to your extended family, you have created a nuclear family, you, your wife, and your kids. Okay, cool. You are doing your thing. But when you go back home to your extended family, your mother, your father, your aunties, your brother, sister, blah, 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 everyone is black. That is your identity. So if you feel it's okay to go on and start bashing people that look like you, when you wake up in the morning or sometime around the day, you look at the mirror, you see a black man standing there. So for you to look at yourself, pick up your phone, start making videos or start making posts, tweets, or making a reel on Instagram or any other platform talking about black women and this and that, or you don't want to be with a black woman, or you rather be with a white woman, blah, blah, blah. Just remember that you are black. You can use cream and bleach your skin, but just know that underneath everything, you are a black person. There is no, hiding or going back and forth with it. That is your identity. So let me just give a few scenarios here. Like majority of the time, when black men go outside of their country of birth or their country of residence or people that looks like them, their community, and date outside of their community, there is certain things that you will not find comfortable with. The things that what I've seen over the years growing up as a black child, what I've seen, things that I've seen mothers, our grandmothers explain the stories of their youths, our sisters, our elder sisters, our aunties have been in, relationship, married, divorced, separated, have kids with men. The level of suffering, torture, and disrespect that black women condone when in relationship, a white woman will not condone not even 5% of it. Some black women, are comfortable supporting their men, like going like 50-50 financially in their homes to make things work. Whilst in an interracial relationship, like especially when a black man go for a white woman, he will not even dare to bring that topic up. Because when he's with that woman, he has to work, like he has to work extra hours, he has to like work really hard. It's like they are constantly trying to work so hard to prove to themselves that yes, they are capable of being in this relationship with this person. Like I don't know how other people cope or how other people relate with this, but I don't like being in a situation where I have to do so much, where I have to do too many things, like I have to like prove myself in things that are not comfortable at all. I have to go the extra mile, like I always have to do this and that to prove myself. I want to be in a relationship where I'm comfortable, where we meet each other halfway. I don't have to do too much. So majority of the time when black men go outside of their race, they kind of start getting the wake up call that listen, if I'm with a black woman now and I have I'm in France, so they just use the euro. Like I have 5 euro and she also has 5 euro. We are going to put it together. We have 10 euro and we do this and that. But when they come married outside of your race, these are things that they cannot do. That's why woman will not condone that. You have to work and provide for them. Majority of the time, they prefer being, stay-at-home wives, housewives, and then you'll be providing for their every needs, everything that they want. And then you can see that the things that when a black man is dating a white woman, there are things that they will do that if they are dating a black woman or woman of their community or their country or their race, they will not do those kind of things. Black women condone so much. It is not a thing of pride for me. It upsets me. The things that I see women put up with just to be in the institution of marriage, or I'm in a long-term relationship with this person. We are looking to build something together. Maybe get married in the future and have a family together. Like, we do too much. White women, they don't tolerate that. They don't tolerate those kind of things, especially in the States. Ever since the new president of the United States, we have seen the shift. We have seen the division culturally, religious wise, and race wise. We have seen the massive difference. The pride in Christianity, the pride in believing God, but the things that they do are totally outside of the religion that they boast so much that they love and belong to. But that is just the reality of it. Now this man, Telbo, has been unalived, and the lady is now in police custody. They are working. Maybe they are going to set up a trial date. Let me just. This is not what is going to happen here. This is just my own prediction of what I think might happen. Allegedly, though. Worst case scenario, this woman is going to go to court. First thing first, it has been recorded that she was under the influence. That is also a very good thing that majority of the time, all this crime rate that you see happening outside, in the States and other places, when white people get into things that affect people of color, they are going to use mental health as an excuse to get away from things. They'll be like, oh, she was under the influence, uh, she was not, on her right mind, she was under the influence of this and that. Or worst case scenario, she'll be like, oh, maybe she has too much of things to think about, she was on this and like, they always have excuses for them. It's always one excuse to another. Worst case scenario, maybe they will say she will serve like 6 months or even 3 months or even 2 months, and the rest will be like under house arrest or probation, or they will post a bail for her, and then she'll be gone. Like she will go on about her life and doing what she has to do, not in prison, not suffering. And we know when things happen the other way, when if the cases were reversed, if this guy was the one that was cleaning his pew pew and then it went off on this lady, we all know what the scenario will look like. A black man unalived his white girlfriend and the mother of his children. It will be like all over the news. That will be like a massive headlines. People will talk about it. People will rally. People will seek for justice. But now it's the lady that did it. They are going to use she was not in the right frame of mind because it has been out there that she was under the influence. She went to a party and came back home and blah 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 blah. And this thing happened. Like then there's this other thing in the state that I don't understand. That is why America is a country that I'm afraid of. I have no interest of going to that country whatsoever. Because I just can't imagine being in a country where people can just walk into a grocery store like they are going to pick up a bag of chips. But instead they are going there to pick up a firearm. And it's okay for them to have it in their possession. They can use it anyhow. I remember the last time the case of a young boy that was, knocked on the wrong door. A child. And this older white man pulled out his firearm and and then pew pew this boy. Like everybody in America has a firearm. Like it's a toy, like it's an accessory, like it's part, like when you're at home you have your TV, you have your computer and this and that and that. Like having a pew pew is also part of the thing that you have in your home whilst you are building your home in the States. Like it's okay, it's very common. People just have it like that. It's really funny when you think about it, and when you look at your history, like your background, where you are coming from. Like I'm from Sierra Leone, and the people that you see have those kind of things are the police, the soldiers, and then maybe, or just maybe, politicians. But it's not common people to just have firearms in their home. Even I'm in France, even here in Europe, when you look at the media, it's not common for people just have firearms at leaving them at their home. Hi Martin. Like it's not common. But in the States it's okay. People can have those kind of things, and then even though it has happened so many times, sometimes it's a child that can be playing with that thing, and then it will went off on the parents. We have seen schools in the States that are going through so many of these kind of situations, but yet still this thing is still happening. They are not banning it. It's still active. People can go to stores or go anywhere and then get a firearm. Oh, it's for my protection, but at the end of the day, they're not using it for protection. They're using it to just get rid of people that they don't like, or people that they think that don't serve them purpose anymore. And then for black men to always like date outside of your race. You're a black man, you like a black woman, excellence. I'm all for love. You find love, hold on to that person, love that person, care for that person. But not even in terms of race. I don't like when men feel it's okay for them to put down a certain group of women just so they can feel comfortable or feel like they have done something of great achievement with the person that they are with. You don't need to put down one woman to lift up another. Love who you want to love, celebrate who you want to celebrate. People have so many women that they look up to, especially young girls and young boys. They have their mentors that they look up to. You don't have to disrespect someone else to lift up the person that you love. Love the people that you love, support them, care for them, but don't disrespect other people for that. Now he's no longer here. That lady is not going to go to serve a life sentence. No, 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 no. Worst case scenario, she'll be out in a minute. Like at any time from now, she'll be released. They have kids. They will look at okay, the kids don't deserve to lose two parents at the same time, so they will let her go so she can be in her kid's life, and then they will be observing, they will be watching her and caring for her from a distance. They can call it house arrest, or they can say she's on a parole or whatever thing that they call in the States. Stop disrespecting black women. It's only majority of the time it's black men that does these things. Like you will never see other races do this, even if they're married outside of their race. You see them show maximum respect for the woman they are married to, and the women of their community. But anytime a black person get married outside of their race, that's the end of it. They'll start disrespecting women of their race. Like I don't understand. Like you don't like black women, fine. But why must you feel like you don't like black women, but black women live in your head rent free? Because I can't imagine not liking someone or a group of people. Then all my life, all I do is go online and write things about them or make videos saying things about them. Stop it. And now I've been seeing there is this way even on TikTok, even black women now that are now married to white men are also joining the trend of the black men that are married to white women. But when I was dating this black man, I was going through this and that. Now with my white husband, he's doing this and that. And we shut up, no one asked you. Love the person that you love in peace. And shut up. Your father is a black man. Your mother is a black woman. Hate it all you want, but you are black. The the least you can do is be respectful. Or even if you can't show them respect verbally, just shut up. You don't have to voice your opinions over everything, especially when it involves you being disrespectful to a certain group of people. Take it or leave it, that is just the fact. Love who you want to love. I will never, never in my life be mad at someone that choose to fall in love outside of their race. No, because I want everyone to be happy and feel love. And if dating outside of race is where you get respect and feel love, go for it. But whilst you're at it, don't go ahead disrespecting women of your community or men of your community just because you're dating someone outside of your community. It's that simple. You will see all this little podcasting on social media. You will see a group of black men in their studio making a video talking. Then you will see a white guy walk into that studio, throw some disrespectful remarks about a black woman, and those black men will sit there comfortably, laugh, and even join in the disrespect. They will never speak up and show respect for women of their community. It's only black men that are doing that. Like there is just this fetish in some black people that they need to appease to white people at all times. Some black people feel as if they don't show gratitude, like this cult loyalty to white people, like their life will not be complete. You are sitting there, you invite a guest to your podcast, that guest walking, you are a black man, that guest is a white dude, walk into your studio, disrespect your women. And instead of defending your women, you sat there, laugh about it, and join in on the disrespect. Just because you want accolades, you want to be seen by that white person. I don't know whatever mental slavery so many people are under, but that deserves a whole lot of deliverance that needs to be done in our black community. It's happening way too much, and so many of the time, so many times, like majority of these people are getting taken out of this world. Look at what happened to Switch Boss. This man passed years ago, and then his white wife all of a sudden is doing everything within her power to destroy that man's image. You go outside of your race and you do it. That is your preference. That is okay. Everyone has their preference. You don't like short men. You don't like tall men. You don't like men that are fat. You don't like men that are slim. Those are your preferences. But disrespecting other people just because they're not of your preference is where I have, a beef with so many people. We can't be doing stuff like that. We can't be that we can't continue doing that in our community. Even if we can't show love to each other, but we have to be there to support. It can be virtual. Sometimes you can love someone from a distance. I don't need to be your friend to show that I care about you. Or something can happen, like maybe behind your back, someone say things that are not right. I'm going to stand up and stick up for you. We might not know like that. We might not be all that close, but I have to be there to support you if I see someone else trying to disrespect you. Life is not that complicated. It's only others that are trying to make it look complicated when it's not complicated. If you're dating outside of your race, go for it. If you find love, embrace it. But please stop disrespecting people of your community. Because when something happens, that way that you are running to grab onto will not stand up for you to defend you. And then you want the same people that you have disrespected to come out and rally behind you. Like what the family of Telbo Rackins, I don't know. And now, like they want the black community to come out in massively to show support and seek for justice for their son. The same son that was disrespecting people of his community. You cannot disrespect my community and me, and then when something happens to you, you want me to go stand up for you just because we are of the same race and we look alike. No. I can't do something like that. Majority of the times, it used to be like that. Black people get disrespected all the time, and then we always show up. No, now we don't do that. It is outside of our race, it's cool. You show us respect, it's cool. Something happened, we show up. But it is outside of your race and start disrespecting your race, your people, your identity, your roots, your history. There's something happened, no one will show up for you. You're going to just deal with it on your own because that is what you choose. What do you guys think about this topic? Like, it has been happening rapidly. You go online all the time. You go to, especially on Twitter, you see so many black men that are like, they will look at a black woman just post a nice picture, then they'll start disrespecting the woman. Like I don't know how they are raised. I don't know if their mother, their father, brother, sisters are still present in their life. Maybe they're living all alone. They don't have, like, because even at that, I can't imagine how our community, brothers and sisters, are always online, ready to disrespect black women. Black women are always being put down in America and other places of the world. I'm from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and even these days, I see, men from West Africa are online joining the trend. They're dating white women, like they will never date or get married to a single mother that is in Africa, but they will go abroad, find a white woman that has multiple kids, and then they will marry that woman and show that woman all the love and the kids all the love, but they want that woman in their community. And then they'll be disrespecting women of their community as well. It needs to stop. Slavery, physical slavery has ended, but I guess the mental slavery is still alive in the mind of some certain people of color. We are no longer enslaved physically, but the mindset is still enslaved. The mindset of the black people are still entrapped. They feel like they have to show loyalty, they have to bow down, they have to kiss the feet of white people for them to feel belong. The mental slavery is still there. It's still happening till today. Because for the life of me, I cannot imagine why all the time people of color are always online disrespecting people of color. Like, we cannot go if we keep fighting and putting down each other. And then when you look at America, you will see they're always online fighting about the inequality and the things that they are suffering in that state. But when you look within them, you will see this association. Every female or male celebrity in the States has to go marry people outside of their race for them to feel like they are part of the society and the eye in the night. All the big names in the States, majority of them are married to people of opposite race. And then they start giving birth to kids of mixed race. Those kids grow up, get married to white people, and then that is how your race, your identity, your name, your history will be wiped off. This is something that really needs to be fixed. This is something that really needs to be addressed. I'm not saying I'm happy that he was unalived. Maybe so rest in peace. May his family find courage to move on. But this is what people like when you feel as if you don't, you have to show your love by being disrespectful. Things can happen that will make you realize, in the afterlife that my next life I need to do better. And I hope these things that are happening, the young African boys and girls that are growing up will know that you are beautiful. Getting married to someone that looks like you is an achievement. It's the greatest achievement of all time. You don't need to date outside of your race or marry outside of your race for you to feel that you are loved or you belong to a certain group of people. If you are constantly around people that makes you feel as if you have to do the extraordinary for them to feel that you belong, those people are not your people. Look for people that appreciate you for who you are and love you for who you are. Be proud with the knowledge that you are going to give birth to kids that look like you, and that baby is amazingly gorgeous, and that baby is the best thing that will happen to you. Because most of the times I'm in France, and even here most of the celebrities, the people that are in the media, the francophone artists, and so many other celebrities here in France, the black community, you see that majority of them, all of their wives or husbands are all white. Sometimes it's not even that, like, okay, in France that they are getting married to like Frenchmen. No, no, no. Most of them is they are getting married to the North Africans, Algeria, Morocco, to Tunisia. Like they're not even getting married to like white. Like it's just the concept that they need to be with someone that is white skinned. Like I don't get it. Why you feel as if you get married to someone that looks like he's not gonna achieve it? Like, do you hate your reflection this much? Do you hate yourself so much that you feel as if you don't want your kids to look like you? You want them to look like someone else. You want to take a family picture and you're the only one that looks different in that picture. Is that what you call achievement? Is that what you call success? But anyways, some people will listen and some will not listen. But in everything, we don't wait to just guide us to make right decisions in life and know that things that whatever we find ourselves in, may it be that it's something that is going to be of benefit and something that is going to be great for us to look at. Sometimes, in the future, we look back at our choices and say, yeah, I'm happy I take that on. I'm happy it's happening this way. And sometimes, because of times when people of color get married to people outside of their race, it affects our community because all their focus will be pleasing. Like it's the constant. What I don't like about all this interracial relationship is always the black person in that relationship always have to feel the need to do the extraordinary to please the white person that they are dating or married to. Like they'll forget about their family, their history, their community, everything. All they will do is work, 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 support this person, that person's thing, everything is about that person. Like you'll be lost in a world where you are the one that is doing the most. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on about this topic, but I just want to stop it here. And if you see this video during the live, thank you. If you watch it after the live, thank you. Make sure to share. Let's bring awareness. Let's encourage our younger ones and let them know that being black is beautiful and getting married to someone that looks like you is also beautiful. And if you find love outside of your race, please never forget where you're coming from and always show people of your race the maximum respect that they deserve. My name is Marima. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all whenever you see me. Don't forget to like, subscribe. You can join membership. You can send stickers. And I will see you all whenever I see you. Have a lovely day, have a lovely weekend that is coming up. And stay blessed, stay in love.